My name is Kayley, and when I was a child, I was sexually abused. When I was a kid, I loved playing with my cousins. We always played outside, and everywhere they went, I wanted to go. I loved anything to do with it. Outside, inside, Barbies. Me and Jay would play WWE in my room. We would wrestle. I was very loud and obnoxious, but I was also the oldest cousin, so I kind of had to be. I was brave, except when it came to, I guess, more real life things. I had more fears, but I didn't want to show anybody I had any fears. Glenn is my dad's dad and my grandpa. I was 5 to 6 when everything was happening with Glenn, but I always thought that I was around 10 years old to 12 years old because of all the thoughts I had and all the grown-up feelings that I was moving through and trying to figure out how to deal with. A lot of it I have blacked out, so I don't remember, and I made myself not remember. It's weird when you feel like you know more happened but you don't remember it, but that's just what trauma is for a lot of kids. So we were outside playing and I was having a blast, and Glenn said, "Kayley, come here." And I said, "No, I don't want to, I'm playing right now." And he said, "No, get in here." So I went in, and then he locked me in the bathroom, and Jay came to the door, like banging on the door, like, "Let her out, let her out." And like Glenn told him off, and then he locked me in the back of the bathroom, and I can't remember anything after that. I always traveled with Glenn and my Gami. We were in the RV and we were driving, and I can't remember why I was alone in the RV with them, but we were driving on the highway and a cop pulled us over, and I was in between the captain driver seat and the passenger seat on the floor, and Glenn had his hand on me, and then when he seen we were getting pulled over, he grabbed my leg real tight, said, "Don't say anything." And the cop came to the window, and I remember wanting to say something because he looked at me like, "Do you have something to say?" But I didn't say anything because I did not know if he would believe me. I did not know, because if he didn't believe me, I didn't know what Glenn would do. I was away from home, and so I kept my mouth shut, and the cop looked right before he left and said, "Okay," and then walked out. My cousins were the ones to get help, and I wasn't brave in that because I didn't feel like I had a voice because my grandpa was an adult, and I didn't, you don't feel like you're gonna be believed. You don't know that you can say no.
April of 2007, I was assigned a case to look into possible sexual abuse of 2 younger girls. I read the report and contacted the parents of both girls and set up a forensic interview at the care center. And that's the day when Kayley came in is when I met her.
The first thing I remember about Stephanie is the way she was kind and the way she made me feel believed in that someone was on my side and was gonna make the bad go away as best as possible.
So I referred Kayley to the care center because I knew with her and her family, they were going to need a little extra, and I knew the care center could provide the services that they needed and that they were going to need, not for just that day, but for the trial and for things to come after that also. After meeting Kayley, she was nervous. She could tell, scared. I mean, she's 6 years old. All the feelings that a little 6-year-old shouldn't be feeling, she's having to feel because of what happened. And I tried reassuring her everything was going to be okay. Just we were going to talk to her, and she was safe. I wanted her to know that she was safe here. And once we were done with it, it was a relief, almost like she got to tell her story. She was a little bit more upbeat, smiled a little bit more pep in her, because she got to tell her story.
Now as an adult, I can see that the care center brought only help, and it wasn't to make me remember the things that I didn't want to as a child, but to bring help, to bring Stephanie in, which helped a lot, and I know she helped my family a lot. And it was just to bring comfort during a hard time.
So it was April of 2021, around then, that I got a text message from Kayley, and she asked me if I would come to her wedding. I said it would be an extreme honor to come to your wedding, because I got to see this little girl in the worst moment of her life to be in the most happy moment of her life, and watching her come down the aisle and watching her husband, soon-to-be husband, cry. I knew he was the guy for her. And it was just, it warmed my heart. I could not ever solve another case, but that case made a difference.
I just wanted her to know that I was okay. I know that she works in a very hard environment, and she doesn't always see happy stories. So I'm glad she saw mine. When bad things happen to you, it can only make you stronger, but you have to choose to be stronger. That's what I would tell myself.